Thank you, and thanks again to Don and Joe for hosting this event. It's been a fun thing for me to do the last few years. And we've got a great group of drivers up here, all driving Porsches this year, except for one of them. But he's been driving the best Porsche around, and he'll talk a little bit about that a little later. As a driver, this is kind of an ultimate test for driver and vehicle. There's literally every type of corner you could find in road racing in one run. You've got hairpins, you've got bank corners, you've got high-speed sections, you've got off-camber things, you've got everything you could possibly do in 12.5 miles. And the fact that we are also going from 9,000 feet to 14,000 feet, nearly a mile in altitude change, it affects all the cars differently here. And it affects us as drivers. You get quite winded in some sections because you're quite busy in there. But it's a phenomenal place. And the fun thing for this group too is that with these 6 drivers, they represent just about every type of Porsche that could run here. You know.
So first of all, even if I've looked a lot of video on YouTube or read a lot of articles about Pikes Peak, when you are at the start of the mountain, it's completely different and a really good feeling. And even yes, if I try to learn it before coming, it's completely different. It comes so fast when you're in the car, when you have the race line, so it's difficult to be confident 100% and push. And this morning I made a big step and I'm something like 5 seconds behind you, but it's difficult to be faster, but I have a lot of fun. The car is really good, and I have the chance to have Romain Dumas who helped me to improve myself and my driving.
Yeah, so it's been no pun intended, it's been a lot of ups and downs over the last week or so, but it's we're also, you know, we've had some issues with the car, with the motor not making power, but I've kind of looked at that as a blessing. You know, this is my 3rd year now, and I thought incorrectly that I had this all figured out, and I knew how fast I could go through all these different corners, and I thought I knew it all really well. I found that you learn a whole lot more about this mountain when you've got a car that's not so good, and you're forced to carry more speed through the corners if you're going to still be competitive. And I found speed where I didn't think was even possible.
And so Jean-Jacques here, maybe we have Jean-Jacques tell us a little bit about his car and kind of his journey to get here. And I actually haven't heard what made you want to come to Pikes Peak from Monaco.
Yes, for the first time. You know, it's really fantastic. I think it's a fantastic event, and we hope that we can come back next year. We enjoy. I make my best, and we see someday.
Very good. And also, I think you had an artist paint your car.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about the graphics.
He's a famous French artist. His name Moya. He did it for us, and the car looks nice.
Well, it's been quite a journey, and you know, we love the 935. Obviously, we dedicated this whole year to building the car, and you know, when we were building it, we were like, what are we going to do with it? You know, where can we run it other than HSR events? And in current competition, there's not really a place for it because they're kind of a handful and they're kind of fast, and they're a lot of fun to drive. And you know, Pikes Peak, you know, the rule book pretty much says make it safe and you can run it, and the 935 fits in.
Good. Yeah, I think one of the things that they've found is that, you know, you can be building a car somewhere in the United States, but there's no replication of running at altitude. We can't put these cars in an altitude chamber, at least the common man can. And you can't put an altitude chamber and then see how they run. So that's one of the things they've been doing is, even though this is kind of an old school car, to get it to run absolutely optimally, it's really hard.
You know, Pikes Peak is such a historical event. It's the second oldest road race in the United States, behind Indianapolis 500. There have been 15 Indy winners that run here. As Jeff said, I think it's the most technical, difficult, and you've got to adjust every single day to the environment on the mountain. And, you know, if you play golf, this would be the equivalent of being able to play a pebble with Rory and Tiger and people like that. For me to get a chance to go head-to-head with Romain or with Paul or with Jean, it's phenomenal.
It really is a rare event in motorsport where grassroots meets professional, where the full factory teams are here and the guy who built a car living a dream out of a garage. You can both run here. It's really great.
Well, yes, first of all, I would like, before to start, to thank again this year the dealership here, Fred also. I mean, yes, for me to come from LeMans when you have 200 around mechanics looking for your car, suddenly you arrive here in Pikes Peak is quite different. But it's always a great experience, you know, when you go from one side to the other side. LeMans this year for us, for Porsche, was a big return, as you know, with this new car, the 919. And it works well. Unfortunately, the race was a little bit too long. We were leading after 22 hours in my sister car. Unfortunately, my car had a problem right at the start.
This year, the biggest change is all the cars are going to run in the order of qualification, no matter what the class is. So while we're going to compete in class, we're going to run in the order of qualification, which really emphasizes qualifying well, but it also gives an opportunity for the faster cars to go earlier in the day, which is very, very important on Pikes Peak, because the weather can change at any time.
What do you see is what's more important now, a rally background or a road racing background here?
Well, I think now really Pikes Peak, I mean, it's my third time, but I arrived was in 2012. And on his first year, it was the first time that it was complete tarmac. And I was looking video from outside and so on. And straight I came with a GT3 R, possibly you remember this car, with very low car, with slick tires, with a lot of camber. I mean, a setup, let's say, that we use in Nürburgring or normal racetrack. So it means really that, you know, now Pikes Peak, it's more, let's say, a background of track racing. It's not a rally background anymore in terms of setup, in terms of driving. We are looking data. I was just on the next shop from here, looking my data from this morning with Vincent. Actually, I compare my data of 2 years ago with his data this morning to see where we can improve, where it can go quicker, where I can go quicker. We are looking video. We really try to gain each tenth or 2 tenths per corner. You know, it has to be the complete perfect. We can't call it a lap. It's like a lap now.
That's good, good. So I guess the answer is more road racing.
Complete, yeah.
Yeah. Good. My car is a bit of a hybrid in that in 2010 I ran a cup car here on the dirt and kind of proved the versatility of a cup car, that an actual road racing cup car could come and run on the dirt, on the pavement. We broke the record by a good amount that year, and it started the whole flood of a road racing mentality here, that was really going to work. And obviously we knew the future of the Peak was going to be paved. 2011, Porsche Motorsport here and the marketing division of North America also asked me to run a GT2 RS. And it's the car that's on the big mural up there in the front of the dealership here. I drove that car from California to here. We put numbers on it in the back of the dealership and went out and ran the time attack division. When I got out of that car, if I could combine my 2010 car with the GT2 RS and have the turbocharging, that'd be a perfect combination. So we built that last year, and when we did, it turned out to be a very quick car. Anyway, it's great to have all 6 of these drivers that come from all parts of the world to come back to Pikes Peak as they do every year.
And it's such a huge honor to have a guy like Romain here to support the dealership. And you know, this he's a guy who is a factory sponsored driver at the absolute top of the sport, and some guys who are going to, you know, ascend the sport, and also some guys who are also out there having a good time. Thanks again, guys, and you know, I hope that you guys have a safe, a clean, a dry run, and you guys represent Porsche and Porsche Colorado Springs so well. So thank you so much, and thank you guys for coming.